Aside from the Microsoft suite of apps that are made to work with the Duo for your editing uh, or for your documents and such,
Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
Google also has apps that also, though not officially, work very well with the Duo. This might be a sign of what's to come in Android 12L. But if you go into Google Docs, it might not seem like it's properly adjusted to the screens. When you open one of them, there you go. Once again, you have your work here, what you're typing out, and you have your other files here. And of course, you are able to add to it. You're able to do whatever you want, and it lines up perfectly. Now, I found it odd that it works a lot like the Microsoft suite of apps, even though Google doesn't have a dual screen device to probably make use of this. I guess it's how they would work on the Fold and their other tablets. I guess that makes sense. But when you combine it with the dual screen of the Duo, it's a really great work experience. But again, you're able to type in right here, and as you need to, you're able to put stuff in wherever you need. There goes a link from there over here. Now, a lot of the other Google apps are the same. That was just Docs, but Slides does the same thing. You span the app to both screens, and once again, you have what you're working on here and the slides here. And you're able to easily swap between what you are doing, view and edit, add to it. And it's just a really nice application to use on the Duo. So if you aren't really part of the, or if you don't really work well with the Microsoft suite of apps, you know, you've used Chromebooks and things along that line, much more, the Duo can still be used in the same vein, and maybe even better, because you have a much more in-depth look at what you're doing here. Files here, in-depth look here. You can edit, change, erase, and when you're done, just put it all away. Now, on the Google side of things, there isn't really much audio applications made by Google that I could put on, that I could showcase for this particular video. But what I did find, and it was very surprising to me, that even though they don't have an official audio app, their YouTube Music works wonderfully spanned across both screens, better than most. Now, as always, you might say, oh, there is the divide, and as always, I can say you can move it around so that it is even on both screens. But that isn't the main draw of this in any way, shape, or form. The main thing here, let's go into some copyright-free music so I can play these things for you. When you select something, now I don't really know what song this is, but this is just to show you how well it divides across the screen. Look at this. The video is perfectly set on the left side with the controls at the bottom. While your options for other songs to play are on the right. You would think that it was made for the Duo, how evenly it divides across both screens. Even YouTube doesn't do it like this. It doesn't divide evenly. It's actually amazing how well it does do it. Now, YouTube doesn't have the best sound quality, so I would understand if you are an audiophile or audio enthusiast, you might not really want to use this as your audio app. But for an audio visual experience, if your Duo is your main source of music, there isn't really a better app out there for this type of experience, at least not from Google. Now, within the app, if you don't already know, you can pick a song that has lyrics and actually read the lyrics on the other side of the screen. Now, I'm not going to say that this is something that 12L will be able to do, because this app has been doing this for a while now, and I've always been impressed with how well it does do it. No other audio application like this spans both screens and divides as well as YouTube Music. Now, is this made for Duo? I highly doubt it. I really do think it was merely coincidence that it spans so properly. I'm sure on any tablet it would be something very similar to this, but as it stands, this is probably the best video experience you can get on the Duo right now. So as for the rest of the Google apps that I personally have on my Duo, they don't particularly divide equal between the two screens. Let's take a quick look at some of the apps that are used most commonly. For example, phone. Now, when you go into your phone, you get your main contacts. That's all great. So I'll go into this one here, and as you can see, the picture blows up pretty well. You can see the face. It's a bit pixelated because it is from a tiny contact image, but on the other side, you see his name big and bold, call, text, video, and email, but the more specific information doesn't divide as it should. Now, if this wasn't a dual screen device that divides down the middle, this would look pretty good. I guess they want this little offset, to keep it more interesting. So with your tablet, let's say, all the info would come a little bit more over to the left, and the picture would be there, and it would be a really nice looking page. But on the Duo, because it divides, it takes away from it, and that is pretty much a running theme with how the Google apps worked, at least with the contact apps. Now, if you go into messaging, it's the same deal. When when you click on any of your messages, you are able to see the full conversation on the other side. But just like with contacts, it's not split evenly between the two screens. Again, if this bar wasn't here, it would be a very nice layout for this app across the full length of the Duo. And again, I feel with Android 12L, this might be the direction they might be going. So again, I'm not sure how well it will benefit the Duo. Now, if you were able to simply adjust the size of each section of the app, that would be very helpful. And perhaps with 12L you will be able to. But as it stands right now, going into any app, any message, span across both screens here, you do end up losing a lot of information behind the screen divide here. So with that said, my name is NG with the WHATIMINX, and just going over the Google apps that you need to span across both screens, this is what I'm into.